My bad and my bad is what's his name? Merriweather?
Brandon Merriweather.
And Vernon Gholston. They're my bad. They're hits. The reason why I say they're bad is because Roger Goodell is such a disciplinarian and he's so forceful, but nothing is really being done. I don't care if I don't agree with you or if I do agree with you. I respect consistency, and he's just not consistent.
No.
I mean, that's then not to get off the subject, but that's why. Even though I don't like David Stern, I tell you this all the time, I don't like David Stern, but I have so much respect for him because he's probably the most consistent commissioner of all of sports. Gary Bettman, he should just be damned, like away from sports in general. But anyway, though that's my bad. Let's get into ugly.
Cool. Well, I'll go ahead and go first. I decided to go ahead and promote the Jacksonville Jaguars to ugly. From stinking it up.
So they're a repeat offender?
No. I promote them. They stunk it up last week. So I promote them to ugly.
They made Terrell Pryor actually did good in fantasy for some people.
Well, you know what? Jacksonville scored. I mean, they scored 9 points. That quarterback and his pride was still hurt.
I thought he was hurt.
No, he hurt.
He was hurt.
Who? You talking about Henry?
No. He's talking about Gabbard. He don't say the name.
I don't say his name. Right, because that quarterback and his pride was still hurt.
Nightmare in Jacksonville. We don't mention his name.
Right. So they scored with him. They got a field goal. That's 3 points to make up from trying to get that 9. They did touchdown. That's 6 points. They failed the conversion. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out what team come up with 9 points in a football game. But like I said, I promote y'all. I mean, come on. Like, I gave you another round. Let me see the problem.
My ugly was the key injuries that happened this past week too. It was bad. Ryan Clady out for the season. You lost. Atlanta lost. Corey Bierman, one of the most versatile players on the defense, out for the season. Your starting fullback, who's very versatile, he's out for the season. Sean Witherspoon, he's out until week 11.
And that's at the least.
Yeah.
Steven Jackson, you're done for the next 2 to 4 weeks probably. I mean, there was a lot of injuries. Larry Fitzgerald, Maurice Jones-Drew. We don't even know what's wrong with Maurice Jones-Drew. That's the bad part.
Them foots.
Well, no, it's his Achilles, and right now they're saying
them foots.
They don't know. I talk to you, America. His Achilles right now is damaged to the point where they cannot diagnose it right now, and if they do and decide to actually go in and try to fix something during surgery, he's going to be out for way longer. They're in a bad position because he's everything to Jacksonville, which is bad.
Okay, do you think they're going to be a nagging injury the rest of his career season?
I think his career is over.
I'm not going to entertain these comments that make absolutely no sense.
I say that because this guy, he has lingering foot problems. And, I mean, how old is he? 28 years old, 29 years old?
He's had a foot problem, but now this is Achilles. This is a completely different monster. I mean, yes, it's a problem because it's your lower leg or whatnot, but this is Achilles. This is very different. He can get this fixed right now. It's just a thing of you can play on it, but you ain't going to be that effective and you might hurt yourself a little more. His foot injuries from previous years, those was injuries where it's like, you ain't got no choice. You got to get this fixed.
I like the guy, man. I mean, I know you probably think I'm going too far, but I like Maurice Jones-Drew. I want to see him succeed. I think he's done. And I don't want him to be done, but I think he is.
Okay, so we're going to switch from ugly foot to ugly hands.
That was a good
And
one.
I'm gonna go to New England. They wide receiver couldn't catch a cold. I'm gonna just be honest. Aaron Donald, he dropped everything. Tom Brady.
He did.
I mean, Tom Brady would have handed him the ball off in the back. He would have dropped it too.
I agree.
So, like I said before, if those rookie receivers can't step up, Tom Brady and that offense will have a long season.
I agree. And I must say, I've never seen Tom Brady visibly frustrated the way he is right now. Like, he looked like...
Except the time he went at with that coach.
Well, yeah, except that time. But, I mean, he looked like he wanted to fight. I mean, you saw F-bombs and S-bombs. Like, you could see it, like, when he would read his lips. And he was pissed.
Yeah, that's about the ugliest thing
He should have kept Aaron Hernandez out the track.
Yeah, man.
And Gronkowski off the dance floor.
I know he's an idiot. And I like Gronk, but that's all right.
Let's move on.
My ugly. I am going to continue the trend and keep the Manning family going. My ugly is Cooper Manning. Cooper Manning went ape crap on about his brothers. And what also makes this situation even more ugly is how Archie Manning tried to clean it up.
Yeah.
He sent a fruit basket to the reporter, try to smooth him over, like, hey, don't report this. If you guys don't know, Cooper Manning, he's an energy conservationist, something. I don't know. He does something with energy. He doesn't do what his other brothers do.
Better get it right for cuss, yeah.
I know, right? But he was being interviewed regarding his job, but they kept asking him about Eli and Peyton's upcoming match, and he was pissed. He didn't want to hear. And he said that Peyton, outside of football knowledge, Peyton is very dumb. He's not a business person. He said neither one of them know SHI about life or energy or whatever. He just went off. And he said that he was just frustrated, and so they tried to curve the interview back to what they were talking about, and he just said, F you, I'm done, get out.
Okay, so basically he say they don't know nothing about football. So basically they really ain't got no common sense.
Right, they're dumb. He says Peyton, his idea of being a business is buying a bunch of Papa John food chains in Denver.
I got the Cleveland Browns offensive line.
And they Cleveland Brown 2 weeks in a row.
That was stink up, right? Yeah. Well, they're with 5 sacks.
Yeah.
Brandon Wheaton,
He's hurt.
now he's hurt. Last week it was, I believe, 6 sacks. Total of 11 sacks in only 2 games.
That explains why you're
Ooh.
Yeah, that explains why you're
And, I always said, with this offensive line, if they don't get it together, Wheaton gonna get hurt. And Trent Richardson. But guess what? He ain't there no more. So, Trent Richardson, he's gone off. He got blessed today.
Praise to be Allah.
So, that's what's staying up right there, man.
But let me ask you this, who has the worst offensive line, Pittsburgh or Cleveland?
or Atlanta.
I think compared to the rest of them, Atlanta's leaps and bounds better than
I think Atlanta's better than both of them.
Pittsburgh, they whoop.
I actually think Pittsburgh is the worst.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. But yeah, Cleveland was bad yesterday.
Pittsburgh-
I mean,
Pittsburgh's-
the other day.
Pittsburgh bad in offensive line teamwork as well as talent. At least we just go to Cleveland and say, man, I see some talent over there.
And the crazy thing about it is they have a lot of high draft picks on that line. Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
They got some second rounds, some third rounds, and I think they got another first round on there.
Yeah.
So they got some high draft picks. It's just not
It
good.
turned out to be nothing.
Yeah. Poor Bean.
Colin Kaepernick stunk it up.
He stunk it up.
Stunk it up.
He stunk it up.
3 interceptions,
3 interceptions. 87 yards.
sacked 3 times,
Sacked 3 times.
3 fumbles.
3 fumbles. That dang
Y'all
old
tell
turtle.
me somebody who stunk it up more than that.
I'm going to start off by saying the way you attack the Atlanta Falcons defense is you use your tight ends. St. Louis has a bunch of tight ends that did absolutely nothing. And you guys stunk it up real bad, including the one that decided to jump over one William Moore.
No, don't do it.
Oh, God, don't do it. Don't do it.
Think about your family.
Do you realize that your kids have to watch ESPN? You're just embarrassed. They got to go to school, man. Your name is on the back. They're going to change their last name.
That's your daddy. That was your daddy, wasn't it?
Hey, look, from now on, you step out of bounds, you take the hit, you cut back inside. Stop jumping over folks, man. You not see your highlights on number 25. You never read the scout report. But y'all tight ends, they didn't do good. And Jared Cook, after an amazing week 1, you couldn't get open.
I want to say something about that hit. That was Ahmad Johnson. You remember him, the wrestler Ahmad Johnson? That was the Pearl River Plunge.
Yeah.
That was his finishing move. That.
Bad. It's all bad.
All right, my stuck it up. Or the guy who stuck it up to me is a repeat offender. RG3.